Nothing is what it's
What's up? What's up? I hope y'all are all having a wonderful day. It's cloudy outside. I got some grilled chicken.
Total Beef, America's best-selling Beets brand, is available at Walmart.
I have chicken right there.
Got
some
beef. A key ingredient clinically shown to deliver
slow-cooked beef.
Blood pressure support. Take control of your health. Head to Walmart and get Total Beets blood pressure support soft chews today.
Yeah. Baked beans, potato salad.
The flag replacement program got started by
and the best part,
Navy vet.
onions.
Saw a flag at the office that needed to be
jalapeno, vinegar jalapenos.
Comcast has always been a community.
Not so great for cavities.
This is one of those great examples.
They will burn
getting out there.
your cavity. But yeah. So I'm hungry. This Delta 8 weed, this Southern weed, whatever, this legal, whatever's in it, got my stomach hurting.
Ibrance with an aromatase
real weed does not do that.
Adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer.
It's like this stuff. There's so many drug commercial ads, and they're always talking about some side effects that are way worse.
Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death.
I was thinking, you know, I had some good weed.
Worsening chest pain.
I was like, damn, why didn't I go to the store and mix some of that?
Tell your doctor if you have fever,
I could have mixed it.
Liver or kidney problems, our nursing.
See what I'm saying? They're talking about liver or kidney problems with a pill.
Is what
the hell?
And Doge are finding in working on behalf of what the duly
elected I'm gonna shut up now.
ordered for him to carry out. That's the story. And the real story is the vast waste and corruption that is being uncovered. I mean, Kevin, listen to this. $300 million from USAID to a Palestinian concrete company to build tunnels in Gaza for Hamas. I mean,
this is so good.
Yeah, it's really incredible. And as any family would say, listen, you have a checkbook. Let's figure out. If I look at my balance sheet at the end of the month and it doesn't add up, I want to know where the money went.
This don't even need barbecue sauce.
I'm out of time, but I have to play this. This is the president talking about something he said.
Got 2 barbecue sauces right there.
The Super Bowl. Listen to this.
Tastes really good.
Well, first of all, I'm very surprised to hear that. I would have assumed many presidents came, but I think just the spirit of the country's taken on a whole new life. I thought it would be a good thing for the country to have the president be at the game.
Yeah, I would think it'd be a very good thing. In 10 seconds, your final thought.
Culture has changed in this country, Kevin. People are not ashamed to say they voted for Donald Trump anymore. They'll do the Trump dance, including NFL athletes. So
I've been doing the Trump dance.
President, Eagles win today, by the way. 31-30. That is my final prediction, hence the tie. Casey.
Since the beginning in 2024.
I'll buy you dinner. All right, I love it. Joe Clinton for us tonight. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate you.
Always right on you. Thanks,
there you go. And a reminder, you can catch part 2 of Brett's interview with the President of the United States tomorrow night on Special Report. That comes your way at 6 p.m. Eastern, right here on Fox News Channel. Humans aren't the only ones enjoying snowfall. No, we're going to take you to a Midwestern state where our friends in the animal kingdom are.
Gotta love democracy, though.
Wonderland. That's coming your way next.
There's 2 sides.
Here's to getting better with age.
Cheers to beating these 2 every Thursday.
Help fuel today with Boost High
There's 2 sides, so
complete nutrition you
I don't understand it. Like,
and the flavor you love. So here's to now. Now available, Boost Max.
Like, how come Germany ended up the way they did, but they was supposedly democratic?
And again, and again.
But we got 2 sides. They gotta compromise. They gotta meet in the middle.
Hi. Chocolate fundraiser.
With the Chase mobile app, things move a little more smoothly.
I don't know, but they blocking a lot of stuff that Trump trying to do.
Deposit checks easily and send money quickly. That's convenience from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
Introducing a revolution in pain relief. Absorbine Junior Pro. The strongest numbing pain relief available. It's the only solution with 2 max strength anesthetics for fast penetrating relief. Absorbine Junior Pro. Nothing numbs pain more.
I'm Dr. Shannon Klingman, a board-certified
From
BBC World News.
About a vaccine program that you fund. What do you think Mark Zuckerberg should do about it? Should he remove it, or do you think free speech trumps it?
Well, I'm certainly sad that in the COVID pandemic, there were deaths that wouldn't have occurred if people had sought out vaccines. And I think the online information, bears some responsibility for those deaths. How you divide between free speech and truth is sadly neither governments nor private companies am I that impressed at how you navigate that boundary. And
Hot on you.
I don't personally know
Oh, this is so
how
good.
to draw that line, but I'm worried that we're not handling that as well as we should.
Your mother and your grandmother told you that you should be philanthropic. And
There's
that
literally
wealth
no vegetable
brings
oil in
great
this.
responsibility to give your money
It's
away,
perfect.
which you have done. After Microsoft made you for many years the richest man in the world.
I still have more to give. I mean, I will give away, the vast majority of my money. It's my full-time focus for the rest of my life, and I enjoy it. It's the Gates Foundation has
Matthew Lesko, he'd be pointing the finger out of
it's actually had
he'd be
way
pointing the
more
finger at
impact than I would have dreamed of
where to go get free
25
money.
years ago when it first got started.
I wonder does it make a material difference when you are very rich? Actually, do you notice a difference?
No,
I want to believe
I've
him.
made no
It might be real.
personal sacrifice. I did
'Cause that guy,
less hamburgers.
Bill Gates, he said he done gave away like $200 billion.
There's always a decision about how much wealth you should leave your kids, and the kids and I have talked a lot about
He's
that.
a nerd.
We have a great understanding, which leaves the vast majority of the fortune for the foundation.
And obviously one of the main focuses of your foundation is vaccines, saving lives of children. But vaccine uptake, in fact, in the US is falling, according to the Centers for Disease Control. And
People don't like the
Prevention.
side effects of
Do you look at
vaccines
that
if there's
as spread of misinformation.
Oh, certainly. No,
an anomaly.
vaccines are always subject to misinformation, and the foundation works mostly in poor countries on this, and we often have rumors. In those countries, the infectious diseases are so prevalent that very quickly you start seeing measles deaths. And so there's a very good corrective to misinformation about vaccines in those countries, because the measles is still out there, the kids are not well nourished, and sadly you'll get hundreds of deaths, and people will say, wow, we better go back to using this measles vaccine.
Did you think you might have to focus on the US?
Well, rich countries...
I had a ball coming out right here.
If they get lax, they don't immediately see an increase in deaths. Kids are very...
Me having a
malnourished,
beard,
so if you do get measles, your chance of death is actually quite
it's like
low.
I'd have to wash my
Weirdly,
face
the
like
negative attitude towards vaccines in the US
2-3 times a day
is
just to make sure I don't
causing more
get
deaths
like a
because of
boil,
how it
because I already got
influences
a bad
people
scar
who
right
get
there.
vaccines in other countries.
The Trump presidency might be about to make those attitudes even more influential. What does Gates think of Trump's first pick for Health Secretary, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., whose views on vaccines have been controversial?
Well, he, in particular, says that I and Tony Fauci are involved with vaccines that are doing the opposite of what they really do. These vaccines are saving millions of lives. The reason the world has gotten annual child-to death down from 10 million to 5 million since the turn of the century is largely because of vaccines. And so it's kind of unfortunate that this incredible progress, incredible news, 5 million deaths a year that aren't taking place, that did back in the year 2000, he is misleading people about that.
Did you talk to Donald Trump about that?
We'll see what happens. Reading a lot is a good habit I developed very young.
He's always wearing a sweater on top of a button-up shirt. I was just wearing that, but it's uncomfortable. It ain't
That
comfortable.
looks good.
Come on, you better take it out of this library.
Wow.
Not at this school, but at a previous school where it wasn't going that well, and a clever teacher sent you to the library, and you ended up getting very good at putting library books back and sort of filing.
Try not to use so much plastic.
Energy, and they weren't sure how to help me to focus it.
It ain't good for our brains, man.
Books out of the library. The woman who ran the library kind of embraced me and said,
Might as well throw it away.
I need your help. And so I'd say, but when books would come back, I'd help place them on the shelf. The whole way that books are kind of categorized, the decimal system was interesting to me. So I hung out there quite a bit.
You know what? This library also uses the Dewey Decimal System. I guess maybe all libraries do. Does that mean that if you looked at this,
Do they make cardboard spoons?
Do you know where it went?
Sure. I mean, it's a sequential numeric system. I mean, I would also know, what type of book, what the subject matter of the book is. Although, some
I ain't trying to get Alzheimer's.
expanded so much, they have to use really long numbers. But yes, that was the original sort of book taxonomy.
So 513.2 means something to you.
It's a science book, yeah.
Well,
This goes in on...
Potato salad.
I mean, I'm impressed you just recognised it.
There we go.
And is it? And so it's 530. Okay, yeah, because that only goes from 500 to 510.
Yeah, so this here is the 510 to 520.
Right.
So it's in here.
Yeah. Amazing. Brilliant. When he was starting to get into computers, he was very young, but do you remember what you thought about it?
I ain't got no internet, y'all. This is so normal for AT&T. It ain't even funny.
He got excited about it. Was he talking about it? Was he telling you about them?
I mean, it's just like we were talking about things that didn't make any sense to me.
I don't feel like calling them because, like, one time I called them, she was like,
completely a different world from
"You need a new
everybody else
box."
when it came to recognizing that this was something.
No, computers were not a normal thing, even for mom and dad. Now, when I'm doing business contracts, then dad's incredible sophistication, I got good advice from him at a number of key points. But they didn't understand computers. I got them an early personal computer for them to play with, just so they'd have an sense of it. But by then, I've been gone from the house quite some time.
We obviously learned a lot about you from the memoir, a lot about what young Bill Gates was like. Do you still pull off 36 hours without sleep?
No, I couldn't do it.
How about LSD?
No, because I like my brain to be working well, the fact that while you're on it, or maybe
36 hours with no sleep.
it's not good for your brain function. That was a brief dalliance that I gave up.
Because I was interested, because I think Steve Jobs said that it actually...
He gave up
killed his
LSD.
creativity.
He was doing LSD?
Well, who knows? I mean, he once said that, maybe I would have understood design like he did if I had done LSD. So, clearly the batch I didn't have that feature.
You did all right without it. And this is one obviously related to your feeling that you're...
He tried LSD?
...diverse, because you talk a lot in the book about rocking, that you had this rocking. Do you still do that?
Yeah, sometimes I don't even know I'm doing it, and so people point it out to me because it can bother them. But no, I haven't grown out. Maybe I will.
And if you had to finish this...
Rocking is actually good for you. Like, they was talking about it in one commercial. Some rocking chair.
Is a father, is a philanthropist.
Bill Gates, thank you very much for doing so.
Thank you.
Pardon me.
Democrats who voted for Trump. Boss says he hoped Trump would do more.
Well, I ate that part of the
President
chicken.
Joe
I ate that
Biden
chicken.
to help
I still
Palestinians
got some beef
separated
right here,
Gaza.
so,
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip.
But after Trump said Palestinians should leave Gaza so it can be redeveloped, Abbas says not only does he feel betrayed, he's hearing from a number of people angered over his past support of Trump.
People were really, really frustrated, and I don't think there's anyone to blame. At the end of the day, as Arab Americans or Muslims, we really didn't have much of a choice.
Dearborn, a Detroit suburb, is home to the largest Arab American population in the United States. community, which helped Trump carry the critical swing state. He won 42% of the vote in Dearborn versus Vice President Harris with 36% and Jill Stein with 18%. In 2020, Biden handily carried the city with 69%. Faye Nimmer voted for Trump in 2024 out of frustration over the previous administration supported Israel. Now, she is troubled by the president's proposal to move Palestinians out of Gaza.
I mean, it's very concerning and it's infuriating.
Personal feelings, you're infuriated, but standing by your decision for now to have voted for Trump.
Correct.
And what would move that needle for you to
I've
say,
seen a
"No,
guy from Arabia.
I made a mistake"?
He came to
Palestine is the
America.
red line for this community.
He was so
Nimmer
grateful to
says
be
she
in America.
suspects Trump is bluffing and is using his proposal as some sort of negotiating tactic. That's the same sentiment shared by Amar Zar.
And he became a cop.
Going to happen, right?
And real estate broker
became a
Ali
cop.
Al-Farajala.
A lot of people are calling me and texting me and saying, hey, how did your vote work out? How was that third party vote?
Both were so-called protest voters. Neither supported Trump or Harris. Are there any sort of second thoughts now about having supported a third-party candidate?
Absolutely not. Yeah, I'll still do it again and again and again.
I didn't vote for Trump. So, a protest vote, I don't know. I would say it was a targeted vote of conscience to say that the children of Gaza have to mean something. Their death has to mean something.
And while Arab Americans here were divided in the past, going forward, one point is uniting them: opposition to Trump's proposal to move Palestinians out of Gaza.
The community will be unified. I will tell you this. The Palestinian people would rather die.
All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and shut this one off
in
here.
a demolition site than to be ethnically cleansed and be